242 at Jay's Geek House on this Monday morning, November 2nd, 2020. What is up, everybody? This is Jay, aka MultimediaJay. Greetings to all those red-eyed night shift folks stopping by as I'm working on this kind of stuff tonight. I have a lot of stuff to work on, both on the streaming side and on the video side. Some of it more technical in nature and things along those lines. So let's see here. Let's get some things up and running. This stream in particular is going to be, looks like the concurrent counter is screwed up again. Come on, YouTube, get your live live control room folks to fix this darn counter that keeps blanking out no matter how many people are watching. Unless I am that good at scaring everybody away. Get some music going, huh? Noir at Blog V, a little bit of a chill component to what it is that I do on here. So, okay, so today specifically, I have a couple of questions about OBS. One of them is, I think I figured out how to get the Paladin alerts to Chroma key, even though I don't use Chroma key things. I'm wondering, I don't think I'd have to do a GIF or something like that supports transparency to alpha it in. But when it comes to alerts like this recent one for some, well, not recent, but nearly a month ago. There you go. So we have the blue background there because PowerPoint didn't support that as a video here. But here's the thing. Could I chroma that in? Because one of the things that I noticed with the overlays is that they can have filters added in OBS just like they are. You can add filters to them in OBS just like, let's see here, just like they were a regular source of video. So can I put in a chroma key and set blue as the format, set it to key as blue, and let's add it to the one for the YouTube overlays and replay that alert? Yes, we can. We just got to deal with the similarities here, and we lost the text. So the question is, what should we use for a color for that? We can't use yellow because it's Paladin stuff. Could theoretically use red. There's also green we could consider as well, and take a look at the text and stuff. Let's take a look at that. Should probably also mention I've started some stuff up on Instagram. Some of the graphics and things like that. Problem is I can't test this without replaying that alert over and over again. Let's try it with similarity 40. Not similar enough, and this is blue, so it might be better off if we change the color to green or something, or purple. Now, that'd be too close to purple. We may want to green that up, or change up the color or something with that as well. Alright, let's go back in. Let's see here. Filters. Similarity on the chroma key was set to 40. I think the issue here is that I can't select a custom color. Wonder if I could select... Well, I can select a custom color. Let's try that. The similarity of 128, what does that look like? Still a little too transparent. So, let's see. Filters, chroma. Let's set the chroma key down to only 35. I wish I could actually pull from... See, that's one of the things we should do, is pick a color that is very generic, like on the RGB scale. 255 blue, 0 red. Try this one. Oh, I just locked it up. Replay. Getting there, but we still see the background. So let's turn up the similarity and let's see if we can key that out. So what I'm doing is I'm using OBS. Let's set it to 50 instead. I can always pick a similar color. Almost. Try 70-ish or so. Filters. What if we can copy this filter over to something else? See, if I get the... No. I have RGB values that I can set for the color to get the color exact. Let's open up the source file in PowerPoint. All right, let's put OBS on screen 2 here. Let's open up the source, not PowerPoint on screen 2. It's a MultimediaJay stream. We put the PowerPoint front and center here. Now, open. Where can I find me those Paladin alerts? PaladinAlert.pptx. There we go. Let's get PowerPoint on this screen. What was that color that we used for the background? Format background, and let's get Notepad going here. Get the RGB values. The color that we used was... more colors. 0, 32, and 96. 0, 32, and 96. This is Vans in Japan. Alright, that's right. This is all recent stuff on the YTAL while the existing issues are still there. Alright. Let's close that out and get back to a blank background here. We can come back to this. So our RGB values are 0, 32, and 96. So let's set the custom color to that. Chroma key, select color, 0, 32, 96. It now matches exactly with 50 similarity on OBS. What does this look like? A bit too much. Turn it down. Looking at the wrong control panel. Kept flipping over at the audio. 25% similarity, or 25 points of similarity. Try 10 points. This is it. Wow, we're gonna get through the main thing I wanted to do here quicker than I thought. 10 points. Now we just gotta move it off to the side, but it still looks pretty transparent. Let me see that. Turn it all the way down. Set it to 1. We finally have transparency. Finally, a transparency for these alerts. Let's fix the Twitch one while we're at it. So, filters. So for the chroma key, we want to set it to similarity 1, basically. Yep, let's do that. And of course, so similarity, add it to the notepad file. Similarity 1. Okay. 0, 32, and 96. Let's mod the Twitch overlays as well. And let's make sure that for other scenes, that this also carries over to that. Effect filters in OBS. Set to chroma key. Add a chroma key and set it to custom color. Select. The magic numbers are 0, 32, and 96. 32 and 96. In OBS, similarity 1. Now, I'm going to have to load up Stream Elements to replay a Twitch alert, because I have the YouTube alerts loaded right now. Stream Elements. I have a linked account, but the Stream Elements plugin doesn't seem to be working right for 2 platforms at once. I want to replay a Twitch alert. Let me see here. Alright, let's do the one for Donabated. Is now following on Twitch. Nice. It seems a little transparent, though. Yeah, I don't know if it totally works. But that gets rid of the blue background without losing the text. You can still see the border of it, though. Gee, is Colonel Scramble now following me on Twitch? I wonder. Well then, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. Now, let's see. Remove this from the playlist. There's too much twangy sitar. Yeah, turn this down a bit. Oh, what the? This is Smile by Slink. Not bad. Okay. So, as you know, I use a webcam. That may be changing soon. Look what I got off of Amazon. So, one of the things that I've seen recently when it comes to these commentators talking about the multimedia meta is Harris Heller actually tried some cheapo Harris Heller actually tried some cheapo audio-visual equipment. He tried a cheap webcam, a cheap capture card, all kinds of stuff that's on sale right now, because stuff that actually is decent, like the Logitech C-Series webcams and stuff like that, is getting gouged all over the place. Nuts. It's getting gouged all over the place because there's a higher demand and stuff like that. So, I just forced this open. I have, yeah, of course. It seemed like a Ziploc-y type bag thing. Let's get this out here. So the idea here is this is what USB is this? USB 3. So, yeah, I mean, this camera looks nice, but here's the thing. I have numerous YouTube cameras that I used to use for YouTube videos, and since I'm splitting the audio in the video, the built-in microphone on these, like this Handycam right here, no longer matters. So what I should be doing with this is get into the control panel, turn off the auto power off. Can I do that? And if that's the case, these cameras all come with miniature HDMI to full-size HDMI. So I could theoretically... Oh, the battery needs to be charged. Let me just see under setup here. Internal memory, etc. Internal memory, media info, etc., etc. Camera. Can I turn off the auto power off? It's got to be in here somewhere. Display setting. White balance, one push. There's got to be something. It's got to be in the setup menu on this thing. Format, repair, image database, data code volume, empty, TV type, HDMI resolution, control for HDMI, USB connect, disk burn, LCD brightness, eco mode. There we go. Turn off the eco mode completely. See if that turns off the automatic power off. Turn this on, and we have ourselves a camera that could probably look a lot better than this webcam I've been using. The webcam has decent image quality, but the frame rate leaves a lot to be desired. I know there's Twitch streamers out there with tens of thousands of concurrents that are using this. But yeah, this is with the quality all the way up. We go to image quality. It's at highest quality right now. Cancel. Image quality size. So if I plug this in with its AC adapter, does that mean... I know I have an extra one because I have this HD camera and I have the standard def ancestor of it, both silver Sony Handycams from the 2010s. So what could I do? This song's a little too robotic for this type of a discussion. There we go. So I'm wondering, find the mini HDMI for this, plug it into the lines, or some other way of getting power to it, which... Speaking of which, let's charge it up. I know this thing will run off of one of these, so get some charge on this thing. There's the light. So... take the mini to full HDMI to this to essentially turn an old YouTube camera into a webcam and repurpose old YouTube cameras and get better frame rates. What would that look like? Plus, we'd have all the options for adjusting the image and stuff, so maybe we can set up for low light mode, we can fix the focus, things along those lines. So that's what I want to do with this thing. Should go with the Geek House dark mode and stuff like that. Should probably also mention that I've gotten involved on Instagram, by the way. So, I've created so many graphics. Can I change the... here. I've created so many graphics that I think that the graphics might go well in an environment like Instagram. So, Instagram.com, somebody already has the MultimediaJay name there. And it's not somebody that goes by MultimediaJay, it's J and Multimedia or something. I don't know. So, I went and took MultimediaJay TV instead. So on Instagram, basically, it's going to serve as an SEO bump for the MultimediaJay TV name. One of the big issues that I ran into with MultimediaJay TV in the early days of my involvement on streaming is that it doesn't have any pull with the search engines yet. Whereas the Wacky World of MultimediaJay does, MultimediaJay Radio Style does, even Play Some Stuff does, because I've had those names in circulation for long enough that the search engines have picked them up. So, not so much MultimediaJay TV. So what I'd like to do is have a feedback loop via Instagram, and using MultimediaJay TV as the name that I use on Instagram. No, I don't want to fire up Cortana. Shut up, Microsoft. Let's put that on screen, actually. Instagram.com. Instagram.com/MultimediaJayTV. The biggest thing that kept me from getting involved in Instagram earlier is that it's mobile focused. Instagram is largely made for mobile phones. So it's not so much the case. There we are. We gotta link the browser every single time. That's right. I suppose while we're at it, we should see if the alerts are chroma'd on this as well. Yep. Once it's set for the entire stream. Just gotta do something about that border that now exists that isn't getting chroma keyed out. Well, while we have it all blue like this, let's take a look at it. Hold on a second. YouTube SE overlays, properties. So we have the similarities. No, not it. Not that. Filters. Chroma key. How about we turn the smoothness up all the way and see what that does? Well, that kind of screws everything up now, doesn't it? Whoops. Filters. Chroma. We can always check the Twitch one to fix the smoothness. Turn the smoothness all the way down. Key color spill reduction. Let's try it this way. Alright, that's not right either. Alright, we'll set it to what it is for the Twitch one. Similarity 180 and 100 are the magic numbers. Switch back to the YouTube one. Filters. 180 and 100 gets us back to where we were before. We just gotta figure out what to do about this border that now exists that's a different color. See, that's one of the things that I was thinking about. Let me check the PowerPoint. Let's go back to the Paladin alerts. Was there a box around the original? Or is that just bleeding over because of the color? There's only one way to find out. PowerPoint. Let me see this. Set the background. Format. I don't think I had didn't have a border or anything. Yeah, it's the edge of the slide. Yeah, it's the edge of the slide, so you gotta figure out what to do about that. Huh. Nuts. Could always crop the video. Could always crop the video instead. So what we do then, in order to fix this, and we can change the color back. In order to fix this, what we can do then is do it in widescreen and then run it through the video editing software to crop out the border, which is going to be a little darker than the rest of it, and that's what's causing that border. Might have to revisit that. 3 a.m. at Jay's Geek House. What's actually stopping us from doing that? So, if I go to here, close that out. Design, size. Let's set them all for widescreen. Maximize. Nope, that's wrong. Undo. Slide size for widescreen, but ensure that everything fits. Okay. So what this gives me then is something that I can export as a video. Nah, now it looks wrong. The swords are coming in at the wrong angle. So much for that idea. Main screen capture time. The swords come in at the wrong angle. What if I took the file specifically? Yeah, what if I took the file that I've already generated for this, though, and just crop it there? So we fire up the video editor and said, don't save changes to the Paladin alert. Let's talk about Instagram. Browser? That's what we were doing, was we were linking up the Instagram thing. Avast Secure, before all that tangent stuff happened. MultimediaJay TV. Here we are, Instagram. The Instagram home of graphical type stuff from an AV geek who does stuff on YouTube and Twitch. So, bringing over the PowerPoint graphic. Ooh, some likes. Nice. Bringing over the PowerPoint graphics as well as some of the souped up screenshots. One of the key differences between Instagram and Twitter, I know Yugi was wondering about this a couple of weeks ago before all that mess happened with her. The difference between Twitter and Instagram. The difference lies in the screen size. Instagram is primarily for phones. Twitter can actually blow up to the size of a television. So, this is as far as I can zoom in on this screenshot here, and I just liked my own photo. Yeah, can't zoom in on it. So, the difference between Instagram and Twitter, what am I thinking? Is phones versus TVs. If I go to the same picture on Twitter, I can actually make it bigger. Let me actually load that very same picture up over on Twitter and illustrate this here, or just any of them actually. How about the screenshot of the night from last night? Browser. There we go. Smita goes to Argus. So on a 1080p screen, I can balloon this so that it takes up everything, and I can get a good look at the picture, as opposed to the phone size limitations of these pictures on Instagram. Emphasis on concurrence. Twitch stands alone. I mean, it's fine on a 5-inch phone screen, but I can't do anything with this in 1080p. Whereas on here, bada bing. There you go. So that's the difference here, and that's really where the concentrated coolness of my Instagram presence is going to be. It's pretty much going to be a recap, so to speak, for people that do stuff primarily on mobile phones. I don't really have that with the existing, presence on various platforms. Someone responded to one of my tweets, huh? What happened? Okay, S-Fan was like, no, S-Fan said something earlier on Twitter, so... So, yeah, Smita, level 49 and level frozen. She can... Oh, that was the purple one, actually. That one went really well for some reason. Let's load that up. This was amazing. This is Quel'Danas Moonrise, and for some reason it worked out extremely well. The spell she's casting is Power Word Radiance for the picture. That's why she's all glowy and stuff. And using levitation, so there's sparklies around her feet as well. But this is Quel'Danas. For some reason, the auto contrast really picked up the moonrise of the background here when I ran it through Picasa afterwards. Really cool stuff. So, you want to talk about a priest who's now at max level before Shadowlands and can play the entire game like, well, not necessarily max level, but before you have to give up Chroma time. And she can now head off to Shadowlands when that comes out, or she can play literally the entire rest of the game besides Shadowlands and have it not be boring. That's the difference between level 49 and 50 in World of Warcraft right now. So, and this is the difference between Twitter and, this is the difference between Twitter and Instagram. Twitter can make photos fill up an entire screen. Instagram cannot. Whoops. Don't like my own photo there. Or my own graphic, I should say. So, phones versus TVs and other screens. That is the difference we're talking about. And that's what matters. Alright, so what's next? Could improve the Paladin alerts, run them through... We could run them through and then have the system spit them back out and crop them out, so we'll do some video cropping. So for this then... Let's see... Get out of there now. The darkness beckoning again. All that political stuff. Won't you be glad? Won't you all be glad? Won't you folks all be glad when the election's over in 2 days? I mean, yeah, we may be haggling over the votes for however long that's going to be because of all the absentee voting this year, but I'm always glad when the attack ads go off the TV. It's just like, yeah, enough of the politicians slap fight that happens every 4 years. So yeah, how much charge is this thing getting? Let's see. Oh, it kicked off. Does that mean it stopped? Oh no, down to 92% on this thing. So this thing, the problem with these Walmart chargers, the problem with these Walmart chargers is they sense if, say, something's done charging and shut themselves off. So, oops, don't destroy the charge cable. Ah, especially on this old cable. That's actually the Connect cable as well. So, yeah, like it just did. It shut itself off. So, yeah, that's putting some charge on it. So, I could use a USB extension cable, but I want to see if I can get this to where it won't turn off. I probably have to put it on... the lines. Don't put that on there. No, according to this, it hasn't taken any charge. But that's the thing. Use it as a webcam by using the HDMI out through one of these, and be able to repurpose old YouTube cameras. Question is... Well, I think you can run it off the lines. And I think that's really what the difference is here. We'll let it get some charge. Or we could always turn the lights on, go to a Be Right Back screen, and then see if we can locate some of this stuff. Because I know all these cameras have actually had... Yeah, all these cameras have actually had their mini HDMIs. I just don't know where I put all those cables. They're over in the project area somewhere. Oh, why don't we go find out? We got time. Did want to go to sleep earlier tonight, though, because to capitalize on the daylight savings thing. What's this? This is Ease Jammy Jams, isn't it? Oh, of course it is. Sleepy Hollow, huh? We'll stop this. We'll go to a Be Right Back screen. Let's track down some of this stuff. I want an AC adapter for the cameras, probably buried behind the keyboard somewhere, and then a mini and then a mini HDMI. We'll plug in and see how well it works. See if we can add it into OBS, just see how plug and play these things are. So what I noticed with Harris Heller's video is that these dongles were actually pretty decent for 1080-30, and that's all I wanted is 1080-30. I don't want to do 60 FPS off of the cameras, because that's pretty uncanny valley when it's not a video game. Let's go hunt down some stuff and go to a Be Right Back screen while we're looking for it. And that right there, and it loops too, that right there is why I have a big long 6-minute song for the Be Right Back for that. That is the rhythm and blues talents of DJ Williams for all the bump music, and everything else is what it is in here. Let's see that HDMI jam's going again, and let's see that huge, there we go, that huge trip over to the project area gave me a lot of stuff to play with here. I found one of these mini HDMIs, the mini to full HDMIs that I've never used before. Also found the AC adapter for the old YouTube camera, so this thing's now on the lines and it's charging up. I just hope this camera isn't so stupid that it won't actually run when it's... I thought, well, the biggest problem I had with this thing was line noise. Let's fire this up, pop open the lens, and I see OBS. Good. And there's the HDMI out. Alright. Let's get this thing set up here. Never have used these before. Just want to see if the... Never had a use for these mini HDMIs. We're not actually trying to record anything either. So, take the full-size HDMI. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. This is my backup YouTube camera. It's part of the problem with dealing with these things is the wires and cables. If they've never used them before, they're stiff as all heck. So, I just want to see if it auto powers off when it's on the lines. I've turned off all the power save features on it. We'll play with that and see how that works. Alright, got it plugged into the dongle. Let's see what happens. This has to be in a USB 3, so it has to be one of the two that are on the right there to see what the blue thing is. Alright, the camera should be registering. Let's put it in the spot. Ooh. Whoa. I like this already. Put it behind. It's a much narrower... Oh. It needs a wide angle lens. It can't go where the webcam is. Okay, you ready? No, don't record. It can't... Oh, it can't go there. Bumped this all... I'm bumping stuff, man. It has a narrower lens. That I might have to go get the spider tripod because this thing's cord is taking it all over the place, but just as a proof of concept. I'm gonna have to find... Might need to put it on a tripod or something. Focus. Okay, so we know the webcam is in here, and it has a nice picture, but it's a limited frame rate. Okay, you ready? Let's see if we can bring this in as a source. Plus, bring in another camera source. Or how about a video capture device? We should probably find it and see if it in Windows if it's there. Not Audacity. Camera only. We brought in the webcam as a camera, so... Video capture device. A little early for that. Alright. HDMI. I just tried typing that in Winamp. HDMI dongle. Let's make this as a source. So, oh, yeah. Are you ready? USB video, what's that? That's it! Here we are! And the camera lens is way too narrow. And that's with the quality cranked all the way up. Blah, 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 blah. We at least have that correct? Oh, this is way too narrow. So, okay. We're gonna have to put this somewhere else or get a wide-angle lens for it. Whoa. That's what I'm talking about, man. There's really no way to zoom this out. No. Oh, wait. That's as far as it'll zoom out. Why does it look so horrible? Yeah, so this is technically doable. How much of this is the dongle, and how much of this... Well, at least we got, you know, extra... At least we got more FPS now. So the question is, how much of this is the dongle, how much of this is the dongle and how much of this is just the lighting and the camera not being used to it. So I have a lot of the same problems with this as a, yeah, see, this webcam picks up the colors a lot better. And in this, I'm totally smurfed out here. Yeah. Why don't we switch to light mode for this? Switch to Geek House light mode. Switch back to normie lighting for this. Let's compare it all. Switch to normal mode. That should put in a decent amount of light. Emphasis on the back. Oh. Thank you. We have to white balance that out. Let's compare. And this is why webcams are webcams. They're pretty wide angle, so you're comparing... All right, here we are in normie mode. See the blanket on the couch and everything. Yeah, there's the project area there. So yeah, better frame rate, but the angle's nowhere near as good. Yeah, so this would have to go somewhere else. And every single person that I've seen... Yuck. Properties. Let's see here. Resolution. Why don't we lock this? What the? Why did it just go back to the... Alright, you know what? This just deactivated because I went into the menus as well. Switch to Geek House dark mode. Get our colors back. And now you folks know why I don't use standard stuff like that. Thank you. The piece of junk was recording. I don't want it to record. Alright. USB video. 1080p. USB. Resolution. 1920 by 1080. Okay, that looks better, but it's still too narrow of a lens and still Smurf-a-vision. Buffering. Can we white balance this? Audio output mode. Capture audio only. Yeah, well, we're not actually going to use that. I don't see it showing up for the other stuff as well. How about partial color range? That makes it look like a sloppier webcam. Do defaults. Alright. Color space. How about 709? What do these all do? 601? And this is, of course, the reason why camcorders in general and stuff like that. But the big question I have with this is whether it turns off. I have all the power save features disabled on it, but it's not handling the low light well at all. I'd have to go into the camera and mess with it to get it to work properly with Geek House dark mode. I mean, it's a night and day difference here. Figure crossbar, we want to do anything with that. You know, it's picking up the colors. It's more a matter of the camera that's kind of restricted here. So it just looks kind of fuzzy too. It's an older camera, early 2010s, I think. Flip it vertically. Oh, I'm upside down. Might be a way to white balance that after the fact if I go to filters. Let's do like audio video filters or something. Compressor, expander, no, that's audio. You can do delay as well to sync it back up. But this is why everybody that has like a camcorder somewhere doing, you know, this kind of work will have it way further away than your average webcam, because this is really not what camcorders were made for. So, looks kind of fuzzy here. Chroma key. How about color correction? Yeah, let's do this here. Select color. Whoops. Defaults. Well, now, I've just... We can always just delete the filter to get rid of that. Delete. Okay, we're back. Yeah. Real nice stream, man. Well, the cool thing is that the camera's still going over there, and I get slightly better frame rate than I do with the webcam, but just the image quality is just not what it otherwise would be. I don't think it handles dark mode very well. Fun part with this, though, is I can hook up any of my cameras to it. I probably want to put a tripod, maybe a crappy tripod in the back. We'll get the spider tripod or something so I can have this further away from the stream station. Plus, we're seeing bits and pieces of the webcam in the front. Color correction. We're not going to white everything out again, huh? Hue shift. Yeah. Trippy, man. This would be more of a thing we'd want to do with Geek House Light Mode, though, for changing the white balance. So why don't we do that? Geek House Light Mode and root. So the hue shift if you want to... No, there's really no way to... Thank you! Yes, I mean, this is the kind of difference we're talking about here. 90s music video. This is a cool idea. I'm curious how much of this is because of the dongle, though. Yeah. Compare cameras. There, see? I mean, look, it's a cleaner image, but it's a lower frame rate. Alright, let's switch it back to dark mode. Switch to Geek House dark mode. This DJ Williams music. Guys gotta do more of it, man. Put more on the YTAL, DJ Williams. I would play nothing but your stuff if you had enough of it to not get... Thank you. Repetitive like that. It does kind of look like a radio station, though. At the same time, not to polish a turd or anything, is there anything I can do about the webcam to make it look better? Properties. Maybe we could cut it to like 720 or something. FPS. It can only do 30 FPS, though. How about highest FPS? This is supposedly 30 FPS. Huh. Hey, how are my levels, by the way? So turn the dongle back on. The dongle isn't actually registering any sound. So we just mute that source anyways. So kill the dongle. I actually think, other than the slower webcam animation, that the picture quality is substantially better, as well as the angle is a lot better with the webcam than with the actual camera. Maybe it's the dongle that's doing this. But if I look over at, I look over at the viewfinder, the image is not that far off. So I actually wonder, it would probably introduce some latency if I did this, but put everything through the Elgato box. See what that would do. Alright then. You can always disable the dongle. What can we do to make this better? Is there anything we can do? Like properties. Can I get a faster frame rate if I cut some things down a bit? So let's do device default for FPS. Okay, so I've been cut down a little more. Still got the radio style stuff underneath there. It still looks like a webcam. It's just like... It still looks like a webcam. Alright. Custom. Set it back to 1920 by 1080. Now it's way too big. Why do I still have the radio style graphics under here? I did adopt this... I did adopt MultimediaJay TV over from the radio style format. It still has the MJRS graphics here. Swap that in with the slate gradient. This is Patrick Patricios' cover. Not bad, if I do say so myself. Okay, so this is back to that. Very interesting. FPS. What if we cut it down to 720? Do like a 720 camera. Can we do faster FPS that way? No, we can't do... No, all we did was lower the resolution. It's not letting me select above 30, because that's all it does. 1920 by 1080. What if we do 2997 NTSC? How's the... It still looks like a webcam. But I think it gets the actual... Yeah, it gets everything good. Highest FPS that it'll process. Yeah, I don't think we can go down to 800 by 600. Now we're a standard square screen camera. It still won't go above 30 though. It looks like a webcam, only it's smaller. Hey, while we have this here, just can it. See ya. Add image. The slate gradient should be in there, not MultimediaJay radio style. This isn't that show. How many of the other scenes still have those graphics in there? There we go. Slate gradient, that's my color, baby. 1920 by 1080. Whoops! Just killed the camera. Okay, now we're back to 1920 by 1080. See, this looks better. It's just that I can tell by looking over at the camcorder that's just, I need a wide-angle lens for that thing in order for it to have any chance of competing with this webcam. And webcams are made to be this close to a person. It's just it looks like a webcam. That's the problem. But I'd say that the C920 actually does look pretty decent. Video format, what's that? YUI2, MJPEG, anything we can do better with? Uh-oh. This is even fuzzier. Still looks like a webcam. Any. That's half the problem, is it just looks like a webcam. I can tell because of the animation and stuff. Even though the frame rate is fine, there's things like shutter speeds and other stuff that get in the way here. Alright, put the dongle back on. Much bluer. Ooh. I think some of what's doing this is that the camera's not on auto, so let's shut that off. Let me actually do something with the settings on here. Try and make it not look so blue. Or hey, if you want to go into full-on mugshot mode. Howdy, folks. Let's put it in full auto mode, because I think this might have been white balance for recording YouTube videos last time I used it. Oh, you can see all the modes. Nah, alright. Shooting mode. So movie, obviously. It's complaining that it doesn't have a memory. It doesn't have any memory in it. Or it does have memory, but it doesn't have a card inserted. Image quality. We have it highest quality. XV color. Do we want to do that? What if we turn off this XV color thing that's on there? Maybe that's what half the problem is. Turn that off. That looks a bit better, actually. What does it look like on the screen? Like I'm using a cheap camera for this kind of thing. Plus, I'm turning blue based on the available light. Totally smurfing myself with this thing. Oh, yeah. Alright. Let's pull an Alfred here. You're listening to WFCK. The only thing that's missing is you. Alright. See this. What other stuff did this have in it? Setup. Internal memory. Let's format the internal memory. Just for the hell of it. There's no card in this thing anymore. And it shouldn't be recording anything. I don't want it to either. It's got that C1301 thing on top. Could always go full on light mode here. Alright, let's get out of this. Playback function, we don't need that. Go into the main menu. Oh, white balance is not set to auto. Put this on auto mode. Oh, I actually have some color in my cheeks now. Much, much better. So this was white balanced into full-on Smurf-a-vision. Yeah, there we go. This is... So this was white balanced into full-on screwing up the camera. Hi, live control room. So this was white balanced into full-on Smurf-a-vision. No. It doesn't have a very wide-angle lens, but this was white balanced into full-on Smurf-a-vision because it was last used for a Geek House light mode video, or in some way I was trying to chroma key out the other stuff. But this looks a lot better on the viewfinder. It's in low light mode too, so it's actually working with that sort of thing. But compared to the webcam, it just doesn't hold a candle to it. The only way these cameras ever work for something like this, and I think we're done with it. Well, can we turn it off even? Ooh. Yeah, we have to pull the plug on the HDMI. Dude. I'm sure it's all test pattern now. Well, if I ever want to get a test pattern, I know exactly what to do. Yeah. So, I also have a standard def predecessor of this camera. I have to go dig it out and whatnot. But every single person that I've seen, and then back this way now. Every single person that I've ever seen using real camcorders for filming streams would always have the cameras much further away than your average webcam because the lack of the angle on the lens. So this technically works, but this is a much, much older camera than this thing is. So I really got to wonder about better looking picture quality versus it looks like a webcam or something else. I mean, I've gotten the colors pretty decent with this setup. It's a tough one, really. You know, I really didn't... I don't think of a camera like this as... It's a webcam, but I don't really think of it as having any real image quality at all. Because that's what these things are infamous for, is no image quality. It's just enough to have video, and that's about it. See, but it looks like a webcam. I think it's the shutter speed usually that does it. Now, to start, anyways, you can always grab the standard def camera, see how much better, see if that looks any better. That'd be kind of funny. A lesson learned then. If we're going to use something like this... Shut up, Alexa. Alexa, stop. Stop. Tripping all these Amazon speakers out there. Now, it looks like it's charging up. Not that it matters. It's on lines. This takes the same cord, too, as its old, as its predecessor did. Yeah, getting the roll of vision like in the old YouTube videos. Well then, I guess I have a predicament I gotta figure out. But at least I finally have a use for these miniature HDMIs. You know what? Let's go to a Be Right Back screen and let's hook the camera up to the Elgato box. I really need to know, in this stream... We'll cut the song off early, of course. I really need to know, in this stream, if the dongle has something to do with the lack of quality. We'll be right back. Okay, let's see what we have to play with here. So we're back to the webcam, and now let's see if we can add in, we got the HDMI dongle, video capture device. There should be another one that we could use. This time we're going to add the Elgato box. I hope it's up and running. Elgato 1080p. Elgato Game Capture HD. Is that going to pick anything up? Or am I hooked up to the wrong thing here? 1920 by 1080. Match output FPS. Nah, it's not picking it up. I must have it mixed up with the in and the... I must have the in and the out mixed up on it. So I've got it hooked up wrong. Shouldn't be. Let me just... Back to the BRB. Let's take another look at this. Love that song, by the way. All right, let's see what we've got to play with here. Properties. It's not picking it up. Game Capture HDS Video 1. That's not it. Oh, wait, we have something. Okay. How does this... I think this is seriously being limited. Yeah. Yeah, let's see here. Hey, look at all the MultimediaJays. I think this is seriously being... Get a little bit more purple in there as well. So you have a better frame rate. Huh, picture in picture, baby. But what we're... Okay, so yeah. The Elgato box, we just can back it up a bit to actually show up in the shot. But we're seeing the limits of this camera, man. Look at this. It's like 8 years of technology difference between cameras and things like that. This is with my 1080 camera that I used to make YouTube videos with a long time ago. And it's in low light mode, so it's trying. But versus the webcam, you know, at least... Do I really gain anything by this sensor versus what I have with the webcam? So, quite a predicament. Who would think that we'd find ourselves in a world where a webcam has better video than an actual camcorder, regardless of whether we're using a cheap HDMI dongle or, yeah, this is being limited by the camera. Of course, the camera I've been making YouTube videos with, this one has never been very good at low light, but the viewfinder looks so much better. Yeah, I mean, the viewfinder looks so... This looks more like... This is a webcam, blah, blah, blah. But this looks more like, you know, if you ever seen Howard Stern with his TV thing where he's got the blue lights in the studio and everything. So, yeah, better frame rate, but look at how fuzzy everything is. It's just, ugh. Can't even believe that's 1080p. Just the sensor and everything, you know? Well, I guess I have some things to figure out then. So, yeah, the dongle works and it gives okay video quality, but these mini HDMIs just... Ugh. Gonna have to... I've never used this with the camera before, but hey, you know, this kind of experimenting is exactly what this is all about. This is supposed to be the live answer to the tech videos, and that's basically what it has turned into at this point. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just major difference. I mean, I actually like the webcam a lot better than it's the Logitech C920. I mean, talking entry-level camcorder or entry-level webcam versus an actual camcorder. Just, guess I have a lot to learn about these mini HDMIs, and maybe it can't be. It's digital signal. The cable can't be the problem. So, well, here I was thinking that, you know, I'd get to pull a Harris Heller here because he was talking about how these cheapo things were better and stuff, but no. Well, then, we'll stick with the webcam for now until we come up with a combination of stuff that works. I don't even think my camcorder for YouTube videos will work this well. How do we get to this point, by the way? where webcam, with its issues with what animation looks like, is actually better looking than an actual camcorder. How do we get here? I can try cleaning the lens and everything, but I think this is as good as we're going to get. And I think a lot of this comes from that this camera wasn't made to go straight to a computer. Maybe this HDMI wouldn't be as noticeable on a TV, and this is at the highest quality that the camera can record. And the webcam still blows it away. Or maybe I've just had more time to get things right with the webcam. Huh. Well then, we shall end with the webcam then. We shall end with the webcam then. I'm going to play with this off stream as sunrise approaches. Well, it'll be later than usual because it'll be earlier than usual because we just went to daylight savings. So, or turned off daylight savings. We're back to standard time now, so whatever. Sleep well if you can, folks. Social media is youtube.com/multimediajay, twitter.com/multimediajay, twitch.tv/multimediajay, multimediajay.wordpress.com, and multimediajaytv on Instagram. I've got a lot of things to experiment with then if I want to make this stream setup any better, but at least in the case of this cheap video dongle, it wasn't that expensive. So it's not like a major setback if the camcorder is kind of the weak point versus the dongle or the Elgato box. Till next time, this is MultimediaJay signing off. Thanks for stopping by.